What is going on, everybody? We are back with another CCW review. I am Nick,
And I am Joe.
and today I had to turn me down a little bit. I fucking peaked high. Today we are talking about AEW Collision from August 15th.
Yeah, recording same day.
I had to make
Hot
sure.
dog.
I had to make sure it was indeed August. I had to do the count. I had to count on my fingers. January, February, March, April, May, June. Uh,
Wow, where have you been?
Bruh, I work from home and I don't do anything with dates, so I never really know what day it is. I I was worried that I was gonna miss calling in to see if I had jury duty because I got one of those stupid cards, and
Oh, fun.
I had that motherfucker like basically propped up on my computer screen for 2 weeks, just,
Constant reminder.
just so I knew. Dude, I've completely spaced those before, and obviously nothing happened. I never went to jail for it, but
You hear that? Admission of guilt.
there was no guilt. I don't give a fuck. Um,
I've had to serve, and that is not fun. So,
I've not had to serve any other time I've called. I've not been called upon, so I've gotten lucky to
eh,
get out of it.
you lucky
Um,
bastard, you. Eventually, there'll be collision talk, guys. But collision wasn't that interesting. Our anecdotes, hopefully, are a little more so. This was a very bleh collision. Very mid. The highs
oh
were
yeah,
just mid.
absolutely, absolutely. There was some. It was. So well, a couple highs were high for me. But most of it was pretty fucking mid. Um,
Indeed.
Match one, the good, the bad, the ugly versus Lethal Swirl, which actually was the second best match on the card for me. So they bookend match
Uh,
wise. Okay.
it was the third best match on the card for me. I liked I liked one of the squash matches better than I liked this match.
Um, this match, I mean, this had everything that you expect out of a match with all these guys that are involved with it. Like that's kind of the
Yeah,
bad thing about covering wrestling. We've been doing this for almost a full year now,
it's very paint by numbers.
and when you start to like actually talk about it, you start to really realize how honestly almost every wrestler has the same moves that they do every match. I mean, it's been like that
The
forever.
five moves of doom
Well, no. It's never just five in most of AEW. Okay, that's a John Cena thing.
and Hulk Hogan.
And Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's it was like three moves. And then
He did the atomic drop, the body slam, the big boot, the leg drop,
are we
and
sure
the
he's ever
punches, the Hulk up.
are we sure he's ever done an atomic drop? I don't maybe as NWO
Yeah,
Hulk.
he did an atomic drop back in the day.
Uh, yeah, to my fanhood of his. Anyways, listen,
R.I.P. Hulkster.
no, all that ever took was winning with a leg drop. Dude, I was never a Hulk Hogan fan. Ever. I don't
No, you weren't saying your prayers and eating your vitamins.
hell no. I did like his movies. I still like his movies, a few of them. No Holds Barred's fantastic.
Santa with muscles.
Um No, I love No Holds Barred. Mr. Nanny. Even look, Mr. Nanny's a terrible fucking movie, but it's hilarious. Um, but yeah, no. As a wrestler,
It was certainly a
as
movie from the times that
as
it released for sure.
as a wrestler, I've never been a fan. As a human, even more so not. So, uh,
So you weren't watching VH1 when Hogan Knows Best was coming on TV, is what I'm hearing.
I actually did watch some Hogan Knows Best.
I did
Um,
too.
and it was okay. But that was a bleep bleep bleep. That's all, folks. That was around the time that like reality shows
Reality TV was just
really
starting.
were booming. It had already started several years before that, but like it hit a huge boom period. Like they had Hogan Knows Best. They had uh Ozzy's show,
Yeah, the Osbournes.
the Osbournes. Which that was actually probably and probably still is to this day my favorite reality show of all time because Ozzy is a fucking nut, dude. I don't Sharon. It's fantastic. Um, it was mostly him yelling at Sharon, Sharon laughing it off, and then the kids being stupid. Fantastic show.
I was a Viva La Bam fan, so
Viva La
can't be
Bam.
mad.
Well, Viva La Bam was good too, though. But that had a lot to do with we were also fans of Jackass, and it just kind of bled into that.
Well, I didn't necessarily like Jackass that much, but I liked Bam.
Yeah.
I
I
was into
liked.
the skater culture.
It was Bam that would always was it Bam that always ran in and smacked his dad on the toilet?
Yeah, he beat Phil's ass, slap him around.
No,
I promise we're gonna talk about wrestling, people. Sorry.
nah. I was listen. We're reminiscing. Fuck off. Um, no, good times though. Anyways, as I was saying, you realize that like you're gonna get the same moves in matches. It's just like how well they pull them off and how well they work together. And honestly, a lot of it is more in ring storytelling that you're kind of looking for once you've been watching for 30 plus years.
Yeah, it's the flow, the chemistry, and what they're doing with it, and
And
where they're trying to get.
and listen, I'm actually gonna give Lethal Swirl more specifically the Swirl because I don't think Lethal needs the extended props because he's been around for a long time and he's always been good.
Yep.
Um, I'll give the Swirl some major props. While I'm not personally a big fan of them as a team, I do think they do. uh, They've done a really good job over the last few weeks that they've been utilized of not feeling like everybody else in terms of what the stuff that they do.
Yeah,
Um,
they've been crisp. They haven't been botchy. They're hitting their stuff, and
yeah.
yeah,
Um, which is funny because when they first started showing up, I was like, ugh, these fucking losers, these Ring of Honor guys that
yeah.
I don't want on my TV, and now I don't mind them.
So I think it's the name, the Lethal Swirl.
Well, they
It
were already bad
doesn't
enough as
necessarily
Swirl.
the swirl. I know. They added in they added in a description
they
word. They added
they
in a verb.
they added in the lethal injection.
Oh, but yeah, their name doesn't necessarily, fear in the hearts of their
Yeah,
opponents.
I
But
love the
they're athletic. They're
I love
athletic dudes who hit their stuff and look good doing it.
I just love the groan of disapproval. You and your fucking puns.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, the match was okay. It ends with Brody King hitting a pile driver while the other two dive out on the other two guys outside. Funny enough, during all of this, there was a part where I thought Brody King was about to punch one of them in the face for real. Uh, the Swirl were doing their moves where the first guy does a regular splash and then the second guy does like a either a Phoenix splash or 450 or something. I don't remember exactly,
He did a 450.
but he does it, and I'm pretty sure he landed on Brody's head. Brody
Well,
legit.
to be fair, Brody's got a huge ass fucking head. So,
Yeah, he
I
does.
mean, it was
Oh,
bound to get landed on.
I'm not pinning it necessarily on Blake. I'm just saying like he did kind of drop on his head. Like it was mostly body because listen, that's a lot of Brody King. It doesn't matter which part of
So
Brody it
that's a
is.
big
There's a
ass
lot of
man.
it. Uh,
Not a lot of Blake though, but he
not a
did
lot of
land
Blake.
kind of high,
And
kind
Brody
of kind of mid chest up.
Brody looked kind of dazed and kind of had that look like you motherfucker. I thought for sure he was gonna pop him, but it never happened. So
Maybe he was selling.
it could
What a
have been.
lost art.
Could have been. Post match, which was the only reason this match exists, Ricochet came out and said, "If the right hand doesn't get you, the left hand will." And then Goa attacked him from behind. And then in my notes, I specifically wrote, "Ew, we get Goa's ugly ass finisher." Um,
Yeah, the baby faces are so stupid. When Ricochet was out there by himself, they should have known better.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
how dumb. But yeah, we're extending out this feud. Yay.
Yeah, I knew we would. I'm just curious on who else they're going to get involved because you can't just take them on 3-on-6. There's got to be another trio somewhere, and I don't see Swerve and the possibility of New Day helping them specifically. Like,
I don't want Swerve and New Day together.
funny
I
enough,
don't.
you
I want New Day to be their own thing.
funny enough, you and I don't. But apparently we're in the minority because we had mentioned it, and then I went to Twitter, and everyone was like, "Man, this would be a fantastic thing to happen. Make this happen. We want this." Even fucking Sean, and I was like, "Oh, Sean, you broke my
SRS,
heart."
yeah. Meltzer and them mentioned it too, and even they were like, I wouldn't put them together. They're a big enough act to be on their own, and especially if you're gonna debut them as some surprise for the pay per view, you're still selling tickets. You should probably advertise that they're gonna be there. If you're, trying to push those last few tickets, which I kind of
Ah,
agree with, if they've not sold out, because you're gonna have other surprises anyways. He's got a shitload of fucking surprises lined up. You can
yeah, but
spoil one. You can spoil one.
that wouldn't be the one I would spoil though. I
The other one would be like Sheamus, and who gives a shit? No offense to Sheamus
Oh,
fans.
it's not going to be Sheamus. He's not out of his 90 days. I don't even know if he's technically fired yet or off contract.
Well, then who
Um,
gives a shit then? Who's out there? Escobar?
so
Alistair
this is
Black?
this
No,
is one of
thank you.
those things, and I was going to wait until the end of this to complain about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and complain it now. If if you weren't planning on using the Motor City machine guns until after All In, because I feel like that's kind of how this is going,
Yeah, they haven't done dick.
they shouldn't have debuted them. I get that they were in Detroit, so it was a good time because of the Detroit fan base, and they were going to get a loud pop and all this, and that's cool.
Yeah, but it didn't even pop a rating really.
But it didn't. I'm not even worried about ratings. It
Well, they
didn't.
should be because they're a television show.
Yeah, that's their job, not mine. I'm a fan. Fuck that. Um, my problem is they're not using them, and it's like
Yeah,
then you might as well have waited for All In to debut them. And honestly,
yeah.
that could have been the one where you could say, "Hey, listen," and that's how you get people in seats. We've got a major tag team debuting at All In, and then all of a sudden people go, "Is it Motor City Machine Guns or is it New Day?" And then boom, you get them both. And
It's kind of like when we got Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson on the same
yeah,
All Out.
yeah.
That was dope. I was there. Oh, dude, that was the pops. I have video of it. It's great. I go back and watch it every now and again.
um, but yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Backstage, Lexi's with the Don Callis family. This is one of my favorite moments of the night. She asked Don if he's worried about Brian and Hechicero not getting along, or there being dissension in the Don Callis family.
He goes,
And
"Oh wow, dissension! What a big word for a backstage interviewer."
the look on Lexi's face when he said that was fantastic. And at that point, Don's like, "Look, there's a 100% chance that someone from the Don Callis family is moving on to the next round. We're in a win-win. Some people call it dissension. We call it competition." Um, and both the guys shake each other's hands. They kind of take a little couple jabs at each other. And then at that point, Don looks at Lance Archer and goes, "Tonight, nobody dies. Watch it, you." And then he walks off. It was a fun time. Listen,
It was a good segment.
I usually dislike Don Callis segments. That's one of them I absolutely enjoyed.
No, it wasn't long and it wasn't drawn out. It was to the point. He had his one little blurb insult. They moved right along, got the point across, moved on.
Yeah. Roddy and Kyle are backstage with Lexi and OC. Kyle says that they were enemies once, and then they became tag partners, and now they're best friends. He's like, "But I'm not holding back." And then Roddy was like, "Kyle!" I don't actually think he screamed at all. I think he was just legit like, we are friends no matter what, and but I'm not holding back, and I know you won't either. So we're gonna go out there and do this. And boy, did they! Boy, did they! I enjoyed that match quite a bit.
It was by far the best match on the card.
Yeah, it was. Match
Not that that
two,
was a high hurdle to clear.
not at all. Match two, Continental Cup match: Brian Cage versus Hechicero. I just want to point out Hechicero's outfit.
I didn't mind this match.
I was so bored through so much of it. Other than, listen, there's just something about Hechicero specifically that I don't
Brian
find
Cage,
entertaining.
Brian Cage just kind of throwing him around
Well,
was entertaining as shit.
as well as he could, anyways.
Dude, he fucking lifted him up for that suplex that he does from like them being on the apron and him being on the ropes and bringing him back in.
No problems.
No problem.
Not
Like
Not at
just
all.
yoinked his ass up and over. It
And he's a
was it was pretty
he's
impressive.
and he's a big kid for a luchador. Let me tell you.
Yeah. He's luchador by mask alone.
He's a lucha. Damn. Um, he's not that fat. But no, he is a big kid. Big kid. I say kid. He's probably older than me, but that's fine. Um, I really like Brian Cage. Here's the problem: Brian Cage has gotten so big. I mean, he was already a big guy when I first started watching AW, but he's gained in mass, and
He's a broad fella.
I miss the lighter, slightly flippier Brian Cage. Um, he kind of
I
used,
don't because he watched all the fucking time when he did that shit.
yeah, but he's not really adapted to doing like full on power moves in a way that I find is entertaining. Like, I don't get me wrong, I like the suplex that he does from the second rope. It's always impressive, regardless of who it is. Um, because that's a lot. That takes a lot of just strength in general.
Yep.
Um, and honestly, a lot of that and a lot of balance from whoever it is that's taking it.
Yeah, because you don't have a sturdy base. Like you're not on flat. You're not on flat ground.
And then he does a good job when he needs to of fixing things. So I actually watched an interview with him, or a section of an interview with him earlier this week because it popped up on Twitter. Back when Twitter was about things I enjoyed rather than people bitching about video games, and um, he had talked about that match with Kevin Knight, and you remember there was that part where Kevin Knight went to go do that Hurricanrana, but he couldn't quite get up to the top rope to do it, and then Brian had grabbed him by his legs and pulled him up to him to powerbomb him. And he had mentioned, and I mean, we felt like it was kind of a fuck up on Kevin's part. Not so much that like he did the move wrong, but like you're talking about getting late into the match and trying to leap up to the top turnbuckle from the floor or from the mat. Um,
Sure.
and sometimes shit works out, sometimes it doesn't. And Brian Cage was able to pull him in and still get done what needed to get done. And it's things like that where having that kind of strength and just being that big of a guy, he knows how to use it and actually help situations out as opposed to a lot of big guys. I mean, listen, when was the last time we saw Wardlow? When was the last time we even saw Wardlow? But
I was just about to say that.
Wardlow, I was never really as impressed with Wardlow as a lot of other people were. Now, I don't think he was used properly at all by any means. It's not a
No,
knock on him.
no, he was over like crazy, and they ruined it.
Um,
Well, they did the same thing with Powerhouse Hobbs, who's now Royce Keys. He was over like he got himself over, and they just didn't utilize him.
yeah. So that's that. That's that. Anyways, Hechisaro's outfit did look cool though. He was wearing this like blue velvet outfit tonight. He always looks so stylish, and unfortunately, to my dismay, he wins as I knew he would.
What a roll!
Got a crucifix pin that he rolled through and piled onto his legs for, which I actually thought is a pretty cool way to do that.
Oh yeah, it was fine. It was
Um,
absolutely fine. There's just way too many roll up victories in the show.
in this tournament, actually, and we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, why beat people clean?
Yeah. Well, roll up's a clean victory.
Yes, but why can't people take people's finish and just get pinned?
Oh,
A
that's
loss is a loss.
you got to be mad at the wrestling industry for that. They're trying to get away from having finishers, period, which I think is stupid. Um,
Well, they don't protect them anyway, so I guess why
that's
they were
right.
kicked out of three of them before one actually would have finished them off. So what am I bitching about, right?
That's right. Max kicked out of the winged angel at one. So I mean, a very very long one.
Yeah, no shit.
Darby Allen video promo thing. He talked about
Where
how
he just slurps on Sting for 5 minutes.
yeah he didn't he barely he talked about Sting once, maybe twice. He said he used to be afraid that he was going to get done and not recognize who he is as a human being. With as far as wrestling goes, he's like, but Sting told him he didn't have to change anything. He's like, but Kevin, you changed. He's like, and I hope you like it at the top. The foundation isn't going to last. He said, from now to Wembley, I'm not going to sneak attack you or use explosives, which makes me big sad.
Oh, that just means we're getting them at it, or it just means we're getting them at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Listen, I had a whole thing that I wanted to have happen, that we wanted to have happen, and then now we're definitely have been told that it's not going to happen. So that kind of makes me sad.
Right. This
Um,
promo bugged me because it was just basically Darby going, "My granddad thinks I'm great and I'm gonna win."
yeah. But after all in, Kev isn't going to recognize who he's looking back at in the mirror. Backstage. It's funny we mentioned this last week. We get our first Rascals Hot Box segment since I think they debuted.
And it was a good one.
Hell yeah, it was. So they're backstage doing their thing, and they're talking, and then all of a sudden they're talking with each other, and they're like, "Oh, you set up this, you set up a tag match, man. Thanks. I need, you guys got the win last week, and I didn't." And they were like, "Oh, we thought you set it up," and they were going back and forth about it, and out of fucking nowhere, Leo Rush pops up in the middle of the screen
This little rainbow
because they were
umbrella hat comes into frame.
because they were like, so then who set up our tag match? And all of a sudden you hear, he did. He pops up and he's like, he needs friends, and they were like, well, everybody's got friends. Uh, and then the other dude's like, yeah. He's like, anyways, smoke him if you got him. And then Leo goes, he has them all. It's fine. It's fine. And then they walk off without him. Dude, I love, maybe Leo is being used the right amount as well.
Yeah, they're not Danhausen him, where they're overexposing him.
Because I know you were like, man, I want more Leo, but I feel like him showing up once
I want
every
more
2
Leo
to 3
matches.
weeks.
They don't have to do the backstage segments,
Right.
but I could use some more matches. And I guess I could just watch Ring of Honor if I'm really desperate for it. But I
This
want
was
him on actual television.
this was my favorite backstage segment of the night.
Yeah, it was good.
Leo
I
almost
liked the match. The match is the second best match of the night for me, and it was completely due to just character work by Leo Rush, really.
yeah. Uh anyways, match 3, Divine Dominion versus Rachel Riveter and Maserati. The Divine Dominion
Yep.
hit a double choke slam
Player
for the
1 and
win.
player 2.
Um, and then local talent got beat. Post match, the Brawling Birds show up, and
Yep.
they tried to double choke slam Megan through a ringside table off some steel steps, but Lena pulled her down, so that didn't happen.
Yeah. Heels bailed, baby faces, did baby face stuff.
Yeah. Backstage, Lexi's with Zeta Steel from Dynamite, I guess. And yeah,
It was all taped the same night, so
it was. Monet showed up and they were talking shit, and then Monet attacked her and got a cheap shot in.
once she called her once Zeta called herself the real deal Zeta Steel. Monet wasn't gonna have it.
Match 4, Continental Cup match, Nigel McGuinness versus Katsuyori Shibata. We're not even going to talk about the match because apparently the match doesn't fucking matter. So
It doesn't, because apparently Nigel was hurt during the match, which pisses me off.
yeah.
I didn't see him get hurt during the match. I think this is just a way for them to write some other entrant in who will inevitably go on to win it, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, Shibata goes for a sleeper hold. Nigel he has a roll up reversal. It's actually one of my favorite ways to ever see a sleeper get reversed. I do love the using it to pin the people trying to get the sleeper on thing.
Yeah, he did a roll. He did the Bret Hart against Roddy Piper thing where he rolled back through and locked him into a pin.
So he gets
Or
the
Bob
win.
Backlund. I think it was Bob Backlund who did it too.
He celebrates, and then we find out later during the main event, they're like, yeah, we're going to do the selection show on Monday, and we have bad news. We're going to find out more during the selection show, but apparently Nigel McGuinness got hurt tonight. And immediately I'm like, fuck you.
Then why put me through that boring ass match to begin with?
I don't
It was a
honestly.
boring ass match.
I enjoyed the back half of the match once they actually started wrestling. Um, and not trying to fuck each other. But I just, dude, I'm so annoyed because I was really pulling for Nigel to at least be the one to put Mox out because they had their little back and forth, and I was like, man, that would actually be really cool. I didn't want Nigel to win the whole thing. I'm not a big Nigel wrestling fan.
Joe wasn't going to win the whole thing. Or at least I can't imagine that they were just going to yank the guy off of commentary and then give him the Continental belt. But I suppose crazier things have happened.
Not really. Um, Now maybe if there was ever a time where like someone like Michael Cole had won the Royal Rumble, that would have been a crazier thing that had happened. But
I mean, he
um,
does have a WrestleMania win.
he's undefeated. He's one of the only people with an undefeated streak at Mania.
Yeah. Doesn't it have to be more than one win for it to be considered a streak?
I think he's got two. Um,
Well, doesn't he have he has a tag team win too, doesn't he?
oh no, he's only
I
got
don't want
one
to think
win.
about that.
He's only
Okay,
got one.
I was about to say I don't want to think about that.
He defeated Jerry Lawler at
Well, I remember
WrestleMania
that one,
27 by
which is
disqualification. Funny enough.
yep. It was a horrible match.
Yeah, it was. Um. Anyways, backstage, Ospreay needs to find tag partners for Dynamite. He said he's going to call his buddies in New Japan. Hopefully, they'll be all right. Match 5: Leo Rush and the Rascals versus Joe Braxton. I was like, yay. It's the first time I've ever seen Joe spelled like that. You should be happy, Pizzle. Uh,
Lucky me.
his name was spelled Jeaux. And I was like, oh, that's new. That's new. His parents are cruel. Frezzo Frezzomatic,
Just complicating shit for no reason at all.
right? Frezzomatic, Watson, and Ice Williams. Honestly, I liked the look of most of these four that they were up against, except for one guy who had the six head, right? His hairline was so far back, and then like the way he did the design in his hair. I was like, dude, you might as well just go bald. I don't there's you might as well let that forehead go to the back of the neck and just call it a day because it's trying to run there anyways. You're holding on for dear life. It's for no reason. Let it go. Or, get implants.
Maybe he's got an oddly shaped head, man. And
No.
he can't.
No. That's not an oddly shaped head. He's not a cone head. He had a perfectly fine oval fucking head. It's just his hairline is like 3 fingers too
Running
high.
away. Wow. Wow. I'm I'm doing the measurements with my 3 fingers, and that's the match starts out really, really hot.
Oh,
Leo wipes them all out
yeah, he does. He does his
with a hilarious
animal
dive.
he does his animal run that he dives out afterwards on.
And he
And
dives through the middle and the bottom rope.
yeah, that's how the women should get in the ring if they're going to do it. Listen.
Back on that, are you?
I will never not be on that. So, yeah, he did that dive, took all 4 of them out, brought someone in the ring. There was so the way they get the win, so the Rascals to do a lot of tag team moves, they actually work really well together with Leo. Leo makes a perfectly fine honorary Rascal member.
He
And
does.
and so there's this part. So they tag him in to let him get the win, and he climbs up on the top turnbuckle, and they're like trying to tell him to jump off, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna do this," and he climbs back down, gets back in the ring, and then does his like reverse dragon sleeper.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all I can say to explain it. It's like an inverted
It's like
reverse dragon sleeper.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, he like.
It looks painful.
I mean,
whatever it may be, actually
it's
called.
painful for him, fucking having to balance on his neck.
That's true. And the guy taps, and then the Rascals and him are celebrating. He does, dude. It's so funny watching them do their little hand thing that they do, where it's underneath their face, and then he tries to join in, and it's all crooked sideways, and he's all goofy about it. I was laughing so hard, and like nobody wanted to raise their hand with him.
Yep.
and then
He gives them the ick.
and then he kept looking at them like they were going to betray him. It was fun because that's what Leo is. Leo is just fun.
Crowd was into it. Is one of the few spots, or is one of the few points in the night where they were actually chanting along.
Right.
Kid is over.
Hurt
Thank God.
Syndicate's music starts to play, and they come out while the Rascals are celebrating. And I thought that maybe this was going to be what they were hired for, was to beat down Leo Rush, because I was like, well, maybe Shane Taylor just wants that title, right? Or maybe Lee
Yeah,
Moriarty
maybe.
wants that title. Who knows?
Ellie's already got a Ring of Honor belt he's dragging around.
So they come out and nothing happened. They just mean mugged the Rascals as the Rascals walked out. Leo looked completely unsure of the whole situation. And the Hurt Syndicate come out. And then Shane Taylor Promotions follows, and we get match 6, which is them versus another group of people that I'm going to mention: Sonico, Uli Montana. That's probably just Montana. Ro Montana, and then Jake Redondo. And this is just a glorified squash match. One that listen. This is actually, story-wise, my favorite squash match of the night. It actually had me laugh because
They just cut out midway through.
yes. So Shane
They're
Taylor,
like, our services are done.
yeah, so they're mid-match, and then MVP tells his guys, "Come on, we're leaving," and he waves
Yeah,
up his.
he's like pointing at his watch. He's like, "Time's up."
Yeah, he's like, "Time's up." He shakes the money at Shane Taylor and them, and they walk the fuck out mid-match. And Shane Taylor looks at him like, "The fuck."
Yeah, him and Lee Moriarty are like, "What the fuck is going on?"
At that point, though, Shane gets a package pile driver on one of the guys. They get the win. I
Yep.
don't even know what the point was in them hiring them to join them
To
for
do
a
it.
squash match that they easily could have had because they already have 4 people. Like,
Yeah, I don't get.
un-
I don't get it either.
until the story unfolds and we really get whatever this is going to turn into, this, like, listen, I loved them walking out mid-match. It's funny as hell to me. Fantastic. I just don't know why any of this is happening.
Yeah. To honestly, it feels like just to get them back on TV to distract you from them doing anything meaningful.
Yeah. So, who knows? Backstage, Ciampa is basically like, "Hey, I'm gonna win the gauntlet so that I can go for the big title, the one that says you're the best wrestler in the world, or in the world." He's like, "MJF and Andrade, I know you guys are numbers 1 and 2, but you better pray. If you believe in God, you better
I'm not
pray.
number 3.
I'm not number 3." Listen, if there was anybody I would love to see win this fucking thing,
Yeah,
it's Ciampa, just because it would be
I
different.
agree. Yeah,
I don't.
I
Again,
agree.
I don't hate MGF. He needs to stay hovering around the top. That's his place. He's earned that. He's worked his ass off for it. He's great. But he can also do other things not title related and still be perfectly fine for
Sure.
a little bit.
I
I
think
have
Champa would be a good like dynamite feud for Osprey in between pay-per-views because
well,
Osprey's going to obviously win the title.
yeah. I also have no problem with Andrade winning, but he's already got the national title. And while I do want him in the world title picture, I actually would rather him kind of stick with the national title and kind of build some prestige up for it, because I think he's a good enough person to be able to do that.
Yep.
Um, Champa, on the other hand, is not really doing a whole lot. He came in and won the TNT Championship as soon as he showed up.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
been all downhill since.
and then he got stuck in the Jericho vortex, which
Yep.
everyone does at some point. And
Yeah.
I just, now that he's out of it and it's someone else's problem, that vortex. Um, well, it was Ricochet's. Now he's out of it too. So who's currently in the Jericho vortex? I don't think anybody. He's not feuding with anybody at the moment.
It was Kevin Knight just a week ago.
Yeah, but that match ended, so we haven't heard anything back from that. Maybe he'll get a rematch. Well, no, because Kevin Knight's probably. Who knows?
He'll be feuding with somebody from the Don Callis family because Don Callis had him drag Kevin Knight all the way across the ring to get stabbed in the forehead with a fucking screwdriver.
Try to forget about that. Fuck you.
Oh, it was the
Um.
worst spot I've seen in a long time.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, no, that's that. That's moving on. Match 7: Zeta Steel versus Mercedes Moné. Moné. Moné wins by doing her submission finisher, but pulling Zeta's face back into a smile, which I thought was fucking hilarious. This match overall was
The
okay.
moneymaker.
Um,
Hooked her up in the moneymaker.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I missed a little bit of this match because my pizza got here, and I was
No, you
hungry.
didn't. You really didn't.
So I don't know if it was good or if it was bad, but I got to see the finish. I
It was
enjoyed the
fine.
finish.
It was fine. It was nothing to write home about.
Right. Um, However, the post match I kind of enjoyed, even though Willow annoys me. If
I'm
this was,
still smiling, bitch.
yeah, if this was how Willow acted more often, I'd probably like her more. But she's like, "Hey, if you want to fight, let's do this right now." And Monet was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna let's go." And then she's like, "No, I'm kidding." And then she ran off.
Well, she's usually not put in any feuds that are this serious, so
And then Willow was like, "Hey, Mercedes, I'm still smiling, bitch." And I was like, "There you go. That's what we need. Cuss at people. Listen, if you cuss at people, I'll probably like you because I am that shallow." And
look at that. She's showing some edginess.
yeah, I just need some edge in my wrestling, dude. Again, I grew up in the Attitude Era. The last 20 years have been rough for me.
As soon as they went PG,
Wrestling's been rough, man. Like the only part,
post ruthless aggression.
it's
Well,
one of
actually,
the
ruthless aggression was rough too.
it's one of the reasons I liked Cena so much for so long. And then he stopped rapping at people and being edgy. And then I was like, well, now you're not funny.
Well, no, then he just
Now
became a
you're
Make a Wish
now
cardboard
you're
cutout.
now you're just dancing for kids and fuck that.
Which, be a good person because he's done a ton of those. But
I,
yeah, you lost me, bro.
it drives me nuts because people are like, wrestling should be for the kids. And it's like, no. When we grew up, wrestling wasn't for the fucking kids. Wrestling was for the
Wrestling should
teenagers and
be
adults, and we just kind of was like, hey, this is kind of cool.
wrestling should be a variety show that appeals to a lot of different sections, not just kids
Exactly.
and not just adults. It should have something for everybody.
No, just the adults.
That's only because you are an adult.
I
You
no.
won't grow.
I
You
would have
won't grow
said
your fandom if you don't
I would have said the
appeal
same.
some stuff.
I would have said the same thing at 16, 17 years old because I was actually.
Yeah,
I
but
was.
you were a degenerate.
I was not mentally,
You
maybe, but
were.
not really.
No, mentally yes. Action wise, you were a good kid.
I mean, we all were surprisingly.
Yeah,
Um,
for the most part.
minus
We were
the
little assholes, but
minus the handful of times we would sneak away to get high or whatever. But shit happens. Listen, you guys don't know shit until you watch Joe eat an entire New Yorker pizza
big New Yorkers from Pizza Hut
with
and
breadsticks.
a family thing of breadsticks, and I had chicken wings. So
God.
I I still remember that my mom ordered all that stuff for me. I smashed it all, and she goes, "Oh wow, you were hungry, weren't you?" Yeah, I was really high, really really high.
Joe had an out too because he just always looked high because he's got these tiny eyes.
Yeah, my eyeballs are. My wife makes fun of me. She says because I try to make my eyes bigger by just like looking surprised, and
Doesn't
she
work.
goes, "All you did was raise your eyebrows."
Accurate.
Yeah,
Accurate.
it is accurate, sadly.
Um. Anyways, now you said you didn't like this. I actually enjoyed it. Backstage, Jack. The first sentence annoyed me, and I was like, "Oh, we're starting off bad." Jack's
Well,
bleeding.
and that's when I sent you the message.
Jack's like, "I have no."
Swerve hadn't came out yet.
Jack's like, "I don't have time to bleed." And I'm like, "Too late, bud. You already are."
Yeah, The bleeding was excessive though. I don't even know if that was his actual blood or if they had
Oh,
just.
oh no, it was because it was coming out of his head, and
Yeah, I could see stuff like dripping, but I didn't know if like that was like where they had started the capsule and the capsule was just kind of
but
cascading.
it very much he went backstage and immediately recorded this after Dynamite. Like, there's no way he didn't. And yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't have time to bleed, and immediately, like I said, I was like, I mean, you are, so I mean, you've got time to bleed. Um,
Whether you want it or not.
yeah, he's like, I want to be AEW World Champ. Thanks, Mox, for showing him what it takes. I'm glad that other wrestlers are starting to come around on Mox not just being a terrible human being. I mean, he still is, but not in real life, guys.
Well,
Wrestling wise, kayfabe here. Uh,
he he's coaching people up while also being his character is just all over the place.
it is. It is. He wants to face everyone that's been to that level, including Samoa Joe, his friend Kenny. Uh, he mentions one other person I can't remember right off the top of my head for some reason. And then he's like, "Oh, and you." And that's when Swerve comes in to frame. And Swerve's like, all those people that you mentioned. Oh, he said mentioned Hangman Adam Page. And the Swerve's like, all those people you've mentioned, I beat them all. He's like, in fact, funny enough, I actually haven't figured Mox out yet myself. He said,
Like, but I've beat your friend Kenny.
he's like, yeah, he's like, but I did beat Kenny. And he says, the thing is, Jack, you're not quite ready for that. And then he goes to walk by Jack, and Jack steps in front of him. Jack's like looking at the blood on his hands, and he looks at him. He's like, well, I think I am. And Swerve's like, be careful. You're bringing a knife to a sword fight. And I actually think this would be a fun match. And I'm pretty sure they're going to build up for this possibly being a match at All In. I don't know if it's All In caliber, but like if it gets Swerve on the show, I'm not going to complain.
It would get him on the show, and it wouldn't be in a fucking
Gauntlet with
trios
everyone else.
match.
Also true. Also true. Backstage, Kenny's with the Bucks. I love the way this ends. He doesn't like the Don Callis family. And he's like, which is funny because like Will's looking for a team to face the Don Callis family too, and I'm like, why don't you guys just team up? Like, I get that you guys are about to fight each other.
Dynamite is going to be the fucking multi-man fucking right before a pay-per-view show, so it's going to be pacing wise fucking terrible probably.
Yeah, it's going to be Will and two guys versus three people from the Don Callis family, and then the Elite versus three other people from the Don Callis family. And I'm like, we could have just done
we got a four-way women's match for the TBS thing. I'm sure there will be two other fucking multi-people matches added to the card later.
They already announced
it's
one.
It's just going to be
I just don't remember
insane.
what it was. Backstage. Oh, we were already started there. So yeah, they were back there, and he's like, we're gonna have a 6-man tag match. Cool, whatever. Cope and Cage show up, and then Kenny's like, hey, this seems like this is gonna be personal between you guys. Have at it. And they're just basically getting shitty with each other because like Cope is like, hey,
what happened to you last? I see you're in a trios match next week.
He's like, yeah, you guys didn't really help me out when we were in our trios match, and they were like, sometimes these things happen, and then like they try to play into the whole thing like, oh, you guys are old, and at one point, the way this ends,
you're old enough to be our dad.
And Cage goes, maybe we are.
How do you know I'm not? He's like, how do you know I'm not?
Oh yeah, he says, yeah. Who says I'm not? Who says I'm not?
Yeah.
And they walk off.
Walks off.
And one of the Jacksons look at the other. One of the other Jacksons look at the other and goes, "Is he our dad?"
God, you don't even know who the Jacksons are still. They're fucking right there, and they look different enough, and you still didn't know who they were.
Fuck no, I don't, and I never will because it makes it more entertaining that way.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen, I could be a ref. They could twin magic, and I'd never know. I'd never know.
Oh.
Honestly, it'd be great if they started playing into that. Because they do look different enough. You should be able to tell.
Everybody fucking knows who they are.
It would be funny if the refs got. It would be funny if the refs got them confused, and the other team would be like, "They don't even look alike." He'd be like, "They look the same to me." Like, make me a ref, guys. I will do this for you. It's
Why
fine.
they already have a ref who's basically a zombie, so it could be just Rick Knox.
I was gonna say Knox. um, listen, I could use an extra couple grand. I'm just saying. Um,
Yeah, you're gonna fly out to every show. You'd have to go outside.
that's fine. That's fine. Listen, I don't have a problem with going outside. There's just nothing out there for me. So like,
Except apparently officiating
uh, listen,
early wrestling matches.
I'll even take a
Kayfabe
bump
wise.
at risk of getting hurt. I'm fine with that.
Right?
Knock me down. I'm cool. I'll figure it out. Um. Anyways, listen. As long as I'm not getting knocked out of my shoes like old dude when Cena took him the fuck out, we're good.
Charles Robinson.
Poor Charles, man. Poor Charles.
Hey, he gets hazard pay when that stuff happens, man.
Oh, he better have made double
he's
that
happy.
time. He got fucking
I'm
cleared.
sure he's happy to get it. Plus, he's
Oh,
on the ring crew. Gets another check for that too.
I wonder if Cena apologized to him backstage. Dude, I did not mean to hit you that hard. I'm sorry.
Oh
um.
man.
Anyways, listen. Maybe Cena should have been doing the pounce this whole time.
All right.
Um. So, anyways, after that, we get our main event, Continental Cup match: Kyle O'Reilly versus Roderick Strong. This is where they initially announced the whole Monday on YouTube and Nigel being injured thing, and I'm still annoyed.
Yep.
Um, the person I thought was going to win won this match. So far, I will say this: I
Been
was
by the book.
8 for 8 on everybody I thought was going to win.
Yep.
This was the hardest match, but I always felt that they have a thing that they enjoy a little bit more out of Kyle on TV than Roderick for some reason, and I don't get it.
Well, they have the Mox history that they can play into in the second round. That
That's also
which
true.
I guarantee you that's what's going to get drawn.
Yeah, I definitely could see that. Um, See, I think this would be so much cooler if they legit randomly drew it, like legit just like had a hat and didn't know what was what, and legit randomly drew it. Like I want to see that happen.
That would take too much booking prowess to book themselves out of that. So
Well, I could figure it out. So this match, they were beating the fuck out of each other.
yeah, you could tell they're actually friends because like Big Show and them were saying it on commentary, and all the wrestlers always say it in interviews and stuff. You always hit your friends the hardest.
Yeah, yeah.
So your stuff always looks good against your friends because you're actually hitting your friends.
Yeah, they were like Kyle or Roddy was chopping the shit out of Kyle. Like that shit was echoing. Uh, in a quiet stadium because Las Vegas sucks. And then
Yeah, their crowd was not good.
you had
Still,
like Kyle was kicking him really fucking hard throughout the match, and like the moves they were doing, they were a little bit more rough with, which is always fun to watch. Like when Kyle does his like fireman backbreaker thing that he does, fireman's
you
carry
mean
into
Roddy?
or Roddy, yeah, does his fireman's carry into a backbreaker. I think that's how he does it. Maybe it's just a suplex into a backbreaker. Anyways, it's
He just backbreaks people out of every fucking hold, dude.
that's
He's
also
the
true.
messiah of the backbreaker.
Um, but yeah, they go back and forth. Eventually, Kyle does get the win. He
On a roll
basically
up.
does a reversal roll up, and like all three of the Continental matches ended on a roll up tonight,
Yep.
and it annoys the piss
Lazy
out of me.
booking.
Annoys the piss out of me.
Lazy booking.
Post match, Kyle tried to hug him, and Roddy shoved him down. But
Which was
then
awesome.
yeah. But then
Competitor, man. He's a competitor.
realized he was being
He
a
cooled
dick.
down, and he brought him back in for a hug.
Yeah, he helped him up, brought him in for a hug. Then they meet Orange Cassidy, who was on the ramp, who uh, Roddy just walks past him, and then they start to talk, and Roddy comes back out and grabs them both by the head and pulls them backstage. Like, come on, guys, we got shit to do.
Right? They're kind of like sizing each other up because they may have to fight each other next. And Roddy just comes back out and dads him to the back.
unfortunately, listen, of the 8 people that are left, I would actually like either Kyle or Claudio to win it. We don't know who's
I
going to
think if
replace
Kyle
Nigel.
does, I think if Kyle beats Mox, I think Kyle will win the whole thing. If that
Listen,
doesn't happen, Mox is either winning or whoever is replacing fucking Nigel's going to win, and it's going to irritate me. They did this with the stupid tournament they just did. The replacement won the whole thing. The TBS tournament.
listen though,
The
listen.
replacement won the whole fucking thing, and it's annoying.
There are 2 people that could be the replacement, and it would not bother me at fucking all, at all. 2 people specifically that could be the replacement. Both of them would be considered returns. Um, both of them very unlikely to be the replacement. By the way, this is me absolutely being heavily wishful thinking. I
They'll be
have
looking their ass off.
I have no
Was
faith.
your answer going to be Adam Cole and Keith Lee?
Yes, yes, it was.
Was
If
it?
if either of
That
those
would
2
be
men,
awesome.
if either of those 2 be the ones to replace Nigel, listen, I don't know where that happened.
Nigel.
um,
McGinnison.
but if it ends up being either of them 2 that replaces Nigel, I will backtrack
I'll
and
be
not
fine.
care. And not care.
Yeah, I will too. I'll mark out at their return.
But for now, I'm annoyed that this is happening. And
pretty much 100% guaranteed to not be either of those teams as well.
Absolutely. They've pretty much already confirmed that Keith's retired, and I don't see Adam Cole coming back. As much as I love Adam Cole,
I see him coming back, just not as a wrestler.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind him being an announcer. That'd be cool. The problem is we're not going to know who it is. It's going to be a mystery opponent. That's how they're going to set it up.
That's going to be annoying.
Either that or Nigel will say who he wants to replace him. One of those 2 things. Maybe it's Swerve.
It'll be Zack Sabre Jr.
Please don't. No, honestly though, I like Zack, but I wouldn't want him to win it because he's not with AEW.
I know, not yet.
Not yet. He's all elite. Listen, I'd be happy if he came and joined AEW. I like Zack Sabre Jr. But I think he fits better in New Japan, if I'm being honest.
I think we're ignoring the Jay White of the situation. Jay White could very well win this whole thing too. I keep forgetting he's not.
He is
actually in it. Yep.
Listen. Anyone but Hechicero and Mox. I want anyone but those 2 people, and that's going to be the finals. And I'm just going to throw papers in the air because fuck me.
We haven't seen that match 1,000 fucking times.
oh, and Weeble Wobble himself. I would not be thrilled if
Eddie Kingston.
Thank you. Eddie Kingston won. Not because I don't like Eddie, but he's not been on TV and at all.
There's been no build.
And
he's been losing tag matches on ROH.
Yeah. He needs to get more involved. Listen, I would love Eddie to be more involved on the main show. Dude, Eddie has cut so many fantastic fucking promos. He is like the promo king in that fucking company.
That is certainly his strong suit.
And I would love for him to get involved, even if it's just for that. Because, again, dude, he has talked some mad shit to Punk. Dude, his back and forth with Punk was fucking amazing.
Yeah, because they literally didn't like each other.
Well, yes, but you don't the way it always comes off. You never know if Kingston actually likes anybody because
it's true.
He's just that good at what he does.
You could tell there was animosity there.
Yeah. But anyways, that's all we got. Collision's done. Join us on Wednesday for Dynamite, and that's all I got. You got anything else yourself?
I got nothing. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, comment. We have been getting comments. We got some thumbs up and a comment last video. So thank you.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll talk to y'all next time. Deuces.
Later.